Greetings viewers. Oh, you can hear those insects. We're here at the Chiang Mai Zoo. Let's check it out. And yes, you're watching CoffeeChillTV. Enjoy the video, please. Well, before we check out the wildlife, the fauna, need to appreciate the fauna. Look at those brommies, those bromeliads. Beautiful flowers. Lovely. So the African spurred tortoise. Yeah, built for comfort, not built for speed. I'm quite partial to the tortoise. Do you remember the tortoise and the hare story and the parable of that story? Slow and steady wins the race. Don't be too hasty. Also, in the tortoise and the hare story, the hare was a narcissist. Don't be a narcissist, folks. So folks, as you can see, you can buy a tram ticket, you can rent a golf cart. Yeah, I don't trust myself on the golf cart, really don't. So I think I'm just going to walk. I need to. I need a bit of cardio. So let's do that. So folks, as I get ready to go walkies, time and location and temperature marker, it's Friday morning, it's 10:30 a.m. and it would be high 20s, rapidly running into the 30s. It's, I imagine, going to be a very toasty day. It was very toasty yesterday in Chiang Mai, and I'm backing in another hot day. That's okay. Love me a bit of sunshine. Let's keep rolling. You just have to trust me, guys. There's a pygmy hippo in there. So folks, you know, nice early initial impressions. I love zoos. You know, there are some malcontented, miserable folks out there who just, you know, they have some illogical opposition to zoos. I'm not saying every zoo is a, you know, gold standard, but I love zoos. And, you know, here comes one of those transporters, but, you know, I'm going to keep walking myself. And, you know, in Thailand, we just went past the Pygmy Zoo display. Thanks to the viral sensation of Mueang, the Pygmy Hippo, you know, I believe that interest has risen in zoos of late. And that's great, because, you know, zoos do a lot of important work. You know, once again, I'm not saying that every zoo is the gold standard, but you know, they do a lot of good. I love zoos. I love animals. How about you? I think these folks do. And look at that, a water buck is giving me a curious look, as is a giraffe. And yeah, I'm quite partial to the water buck as well. You know, probably the giraffe is the literal and figurative standout in that little display area, but you know, let's not sell short the water buck. Zoo coffee. You're on CoffeeChillTV. We might go and get a caffeine hit, a Java boost. Why not? I've only had one coffee this morning and it's pretty much 11 a.m. now, so that's not usual for yours truly. So yeah, I think I need to top up the caffeine levels. Let's go and grab a coffee at Zoo Coffee. So we're wrapping up the coffee, getting the walking shoes ready. Onward, Christian soldiers. Let's keep rolling. Here on this, this very toasty day, let's just say, at the Chiang Mai Zoo. I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. And as we do, guys, look at that guy's rig. Serious. He's got serious equipment, that bloke. And you know what? I'm just doing everything on a handheld Samsung S10 Plus. You know, this is the way YouTube used to be, guys. You know, should I invest in more high-tech equipment? There's pros and cons. No judging. But yes, Samsung S10 Plus, if you're interested, for the techos out there. All right, coffee's done. Onward bound. So there you go, the ostrich. I've ridden an ostrich and I've eaten ostrich meat in Oudtshoorn, South Africa. My South African viewers will probably tell me I mispronounced the name, but it was lovely, the ostrich state. It was good eating. As for riding the ostrich, I was a much leaner and meaner and skinny bloke when I did that. I wouldn't put the ostrich through such an ordeal. There you go, there's the ostrich. Quite like ostriches. How about you? Might be difficult to see, but there he is, the lion. An apex predator, a tertiary predator, top of the food chain. So talking of apex predators, in the Amazon, I do believe this fella, the jaguar, is the top of the food chain, the jaguar. Before I got too close to it, I thought it was a leopard. And I've been in Thailand too long, because when I see leopards now, classic conditioning, Pavlov's dog, rough, I think Leo Lager. There you go. Yeah, jaguar, one of the strongest, and I think most handsome of the apex predators out there. So, you know, general comment on your big cats. Yeah, you often, when you were younger, or maybe even these days, do you ever speculate who'd win a fight between a full-grown, in his prime male lion versus, a tiger? Now, Siberian tiger is one of the biggest. And then, jaguar versus a leopard. That'd be interesting too, wouldn't it? So folks, this is the grey-crowned crane. How do I know this? Well, it's on the description board to my right, and a bit of a mohawk. Bit of a mohawk there. Quite a handsome bird, isn't it? If you're curious why I didn't go into the panda house, well, the panda's on a hiatus, a sabbatical, resting on an extended smoko. I was told, full disclosure, before I invested 350 baht in my ticket today, sir, no panda. I said, no panda, no problem. Let's keep rolling. So folks, at the start of this walkabout through the zoo, water effects, but moreover insect noises, were omnipresent. Now in this section of the zoo, it's just birds. I can hear beautiful birds singing and chirping. And I'll tell you what, filming this in summertime Thailand, and summertime flowers. There you go. So they're going to the aquarium. Let's keep rolling. And so the Chiang Mai Zoo Aquarium, inside the Chiang Mai Zoo as it goes, separate ticket required. Let's check it out. So there you go, guys. Never smile at a crocodile. And never be a cheap Charlie either. 450 baht to go to the aquarium. That's all right with me. I'm here anyway. Why wouldn't I check it out? I love aquariums. Let's proceed. Another piece of sage advice: when there are snapping turtles in the water, don't dip your toes and or your fingers in the water. You know, heads up there, just a heads up. Mud skippers, they are not be trusted. One day I was down at Nudgee Beach northern suburbs, Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, and yeah, I actually got bitten by one of these things. They're not to be trusted. They're predators. When I was a kid, I used to love to catch yabbies. So according to the information board to my left, this is a axolotl, and I don't know much about them, but they do look like amphibians, don't they? Newts, salamanders, you know, axolotl. There you go. Black versus white. And did you know this is the Mexican tetra? I didn't until about half a minute ago when I read the information board. Mexico, Mexican tetra. There you go. The bearded dragon. Shout out to my Australasian viewers. We've got plenty of these in the Antipodes down under. And talking about apex predators, the great white. Jaws. Jaws 1, Jaws 2. Fantastic movies. Jaws 3. That was a mistake. Clark's anemone fish. Oh, excuse the echo. Anemone fish, yeah, you know, they're kind of immune to some of the poisons that are, you know, found in some of the corals, certainly down under. So there you go. Evolution at work there. Ah, the Moai, Easter Island, one of the greatest man-made ecological disasters ever. Easter Island, the Moai. But if you're in Udon-Thani, guys, it's a little bit out of town, but the Moai Cafe, they do a fantastic coffee there. So we had the Leaning Tower of Pisa before, and I believe this is the Eiffel Tower. I've been to both. Starfish. So guys, they're predators. They're not to be trusted. Starfish, great Australian band, new wave, chocolate starfish. Wonderful version of You're So Vain. But I digress. What do you think about starfish, guys? They move slow, but they're slow but deadly. So there's the moray eel, and I was reminiscing about movies from the 70s and the 80s, and hey, the deep, Jacqueline Bisset, and what do you see there's a moray eel. There was a moray eel in that movie, and it's not very nice. You know, they're serious predators, the moray eels. I'm not putting my finger in that tank, that's for sure. So the aquarium section of the Chiang Mai Zoo Aquarium, great, wasn't it? What was my highlight? The moray eel. Wasn't expecting to see a moray eel. Dangerous predators, moray eels, and there was a couple of handsome moray eels in one of the tanks. But lots of good stuff in there, guys. The aquarium section of the Chiang Mai Zoo. Let's keep rolling. So folks, Dino Island inside the precinct of the Chiang Mai Zoo, like the aquarium section, is an additional charge, a modest one, but I decided to balk at that because you know, it's probably more for the kiddies, and hey, you know, dinosaur museums, Callison and Nong Bua Lumpur, for a couple of notable mentions. But you know, Dino Island's there, and if you're watching this and you have a family, got some young kiddies, well, you know, hey, maybe you just like the water yourself. Dino Island, a little water park inside a zoo. Yeah, that's well thought of, but just not my cup of tea today. And excuse the transition, the segue, but hey, if you're finding this video is your cup of tea and you want to give it a like, a share, that'd be great. So there we are, guys, Chiang Mai Zoo and aquarium. My highlight in the aquarium was the moray eel. In the general zoo section, the water buck. Did you have a favourite? Feel free to opine. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. See you again soon on CoffeeChillTV. Cheers for watching.